Hi, brothers and sisters. I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and we're in this most wonderful garden, very, very special garden of Martin Luther King High School. It's an edible schoolyard that you, in your good energy, in your majesty, in your purposefulness, have created. It's a wonder of the world. It's a magnificent garden, and the students, there are classes going on here, and the students grow here the salad greens and the vegetables that they eat in their school lunches. It's a wonderful garden. It's almost an acre of land. It's not only vegetables, but there are also quite a variety of fruit trees here also. And back over there, there's even a chicken coop with all kinds of magnificent chickens. They're gorgeous creatures. They're very friendly. And they get to run around during the day. So this is a very, very special place. We feel privileged to talk to you from here. And we'd like to talk about a miracle that has occurred. A couple of weeks ago, we made a video here in which we sowed some arugula seeds. Arugula is a member of the mustard family. It's a powerful germinator. We sowed some arugula seeds on our barren flat, and now look what we have. A miracle of magnificent sprouts that would grace any table. Just throw in some olive oil, some avocado, and some lemon juice, and you're all set. You're all set for a magnificent salad. And you could take several cuttings, several harvests from the same plant. Just cut it all with a scissor, use it in your salad. In a week or two, you'll have another cutting and another cutting after that. And this shows you how magnificent and how forgiving this earth is. This is a wonderful thing. You know, many of us live in apartments these days. If you have your own backyard, if you have a front yard, that's a blessing. But if you don't have that, even in the privacy of your kitchen, you can grow a tray of sprouts just like this. You could also grow wheatgrass too, which is very, very easy to grow, and just set it out in front of a west-facing window, and you're all set. And you're all set. So I want to talk today about the miracle of soils, the miracle of germination, and the importance of growing at least a part of the food you eat. When I visit food stores here or farmers markets, it seems that prices have nowhere to go but up. Peaches, $4 a pound. Plums, prunes, and nectarines, $4 a pound. Pears, also the same price. Apples, $3.85, $4 a pound. Prices have nowhere to go but up. It's so important to gain a foothold, to gain at least some power over the food you eat, and that's getting back to growing it yourself. And if you don't have the privilege, blessing, and wonderment of your own backyard, then join a community garden. The word now is agrihoods. Agrihoods based upon organic, regenerative agriculture. The knowledge is all there. The techniques are well established. All it requires is your good energy. Edible schoolyards everywhere. Agrihoods everywhere. People getting together with neighbors and friends and growing at least a part of the food that they eat. You can do it. It's all possible. If you care about the food you eat, then grow it yourself, or at least a part of it. Another reason is that organic standards are relentlessly beset. Now they've come along and permitted hydroponically grown fruits and vegetables, that is, fruits and vegetables grown in chemical soup, not in soil, to be labeled organic. Contained animal feeding operations, CAFOs, which are a travesty, an insult to nature, an insult to life and aliveness, where animals are packed and crowded together. Even the milk, the eggs, and the meat of such altogether wrongful enterprises can be labeled organic. This is an insult to the organic movement and to small family farmers everywhere who are in tune with life forces. It's an insult to life. And a further insult is fake meat, which is coming on strong. There is no need for this whatsoever. It does not truly help the environment, and moreover, it's an ultra-processed food, and it's laden with GMOs. So it seems to me that a resolution for many of the crises that we are facing, and there appear to be so many of them, is to get back with hands and feet in this American earth. The United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, estimates that 33%, 1/3 of the soil of this planet has been degraded. And therefore, there is an awareness, there is an absolute necessity to protect soils and to use them sustainably. Because after all, and in so doing, we will have increased food production, clean water supply, carbon sequestration, biodiversity protection, and improved resilience to erratic climate changes. In one of the hidden miracles of this world, every moment, every second of the day, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is taken in by plants and changed into free oxygen, which goes out there in the atmosphere, which is absolutely essential for all life. And the carbon is taken and sequestered by the plants into their tissues. And this is just a marvelous, marvelous event that makes all of life possible. Plants pull in CO2 from the air and store it in biomass. And so there is an intimate relation between living soil and a healthy, vibrant atmosphere. So we say to you, brothers and sisters, turn your lawn into an heirloom apple orchard. Think of the magnificent old-time apples going back to years past in England, France, Russia, and Germany. Think of the heirloom apples that you'll be growing. Think of the magnificent pears that you'll be raising. And your backyard, fill your backyard with raised beds replete with kale, spinach, Swiss chard, celery, and parsley. Then get into composting. Every scrap of food in your kitchen, every carrot top, every apple core, every banana peel, every potato peel, all of that. Coffee grounds, if you're a coffee drinker, are wonderful for compost. Put these in a compost bucket in your kitchen, and from there in a compost pile, and then therefore add these every week to a compost pile in your backyard. And if you don't have a backyard, then add it, bring it over to the compost pile in your community garden. The compost pile is a vital organ of the garden. It's an oil of reproduction, regeneration, and life. Composting is one of the most important functions that you can do to create a living earth. Give yourself the satisfaction of composting every single scrap of food. Turn it over into living soil, and from living soil into living air and a vibrant atmosphere. And this has become a necessity. It's no longer a choice in our humble estimation, because when we think about it, this past winter, nearly 40% of the honeybee colonies in the United States have died. Bees are disappearing. And not only bees, but 40% of all of the world's insect species are in decline, according to another recent study. Scientists are saying that the world is experiencing a great extinction. Nobody likes bugs, especially until they're gone, and then their purposes are finally appreciated. And there is a deeper connection, and a deeper connection is between the vivacity and purity and cleanliness of the air we breathe and mental health. All too many Americans are depressed, hence the opioid crisis. And a statistic that really makes us wonder, which has just appeared, is that there has been a 56% increase in suicides in the last 10 years among teenagers and young adults in their early 20s. An unanswerable reply to the American dream. And therefore, brothers and sisters, and we see this all as one. There is enough separation in this world. There is enough atomization in this world. We see a link between vivacity of soil, vivacity of atmosphere and climate, and mental health and well-being of all Americans. So get back to the soil. Get hands and feet in the earth, brothers and sisters. It's all there waiting for you. There are so many magnificent videos on YouTube out there that will tell you just how to go about creating community gardens and community orchards and agri-hoods. It's all there waiting for you. So go forward, brothers and sisters. And remember, no tomato is as tasty as the one you have grown yourself. Thank you indeed. A privilege to be speaking with you. We welcome your comments and suggestions.